A screen of 6 squares with an avatar in each. A man and a woman in wheelchairs, 3 men and a woman standing. Above them, text reads, "Choose your avatar." Below them, press Tab or Shift plus Tab to move through the avatars to choose an option. Press Enter to select option. The box with the male avatar wearing a white t-shirt, dark trousers and shoes turns blue. Text on screen.
Please note that this experience is designed for users aged 13 and over, covering themes of mental health and inclusion, which we hope you will find thought-provoking, but which some people could find upsetting.
The avatar stands in an ancient Greek-styled passageway looking out onto a sunlit courtyard. A hint box reads, "Use directional arrows to move around." Then, move forward towards the plinth. The avatar walks out into the sun and approaches the low stone plinth. An icon reading, "Make an offering" is actioned.
Oh, hi there. I'm glad you made it. I've tried my best to tidy up and organise my thoughts for you, but you know thoughts. They're fickle and fleeting and impossible to contain for long. So don't mind the mess. Welcome to the mind of an Olympic athlete. My mind, to be precise.
Statues of figures stand on plinths around the courtyard. Nicola Adams, Imani Lara Lancico, Kimberly Woods, Tom Daly.
This little corner is where all my heroes live. These are people I look up to, who have achieved extraordinary things, both on the field of play and off. The Olympic Games are something I have always dreamed of. It's the pinnacle. It's about making history, inspiring yourself and others, and being the best you can be. So take a look around. Make an offering to an athlete and learn a bit about why these people are so important to me. Then come back and tell me about your favourite one. I'm curious to know.
The avatar walks over to Nicola Adams' statue and the "Make an offering" icon is actioned. A video of Nicola boxing.
Nicola Adams lit up the ring in London 2012 and became the first woman to win an Olympic boxing gold medal and successfully defend her title at Rio 2016.
Nicola Adams takes gold again, and that lovely smile of Great Britain's Nicola Adams.
Smiling with her gold medal, Nicola turns and shows the Great Britain printed across the back of her white tracksuit top. The exit icon's actioned, and in the courtyard, the avatar walks up to Imani Lara Lancico's statue.
Imani Lara Lancico roared onto the podium of Tokyo 2020, securing a bronze for Britain as part of the women's 4x100 metre relay. Lancico joined the British Athletics Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Advocates Group as its athlete lead, and wrote a play during her time at the Tokyo Olympics titled Armour of Gaza, exploring her identity, career and culture, as well as celebrating her Peckham roots.
The video shows athletes sprinting around a track in the 4x100 metres relay. In the final leg of the relay, it is Jamaica's Shericka Jackson first, then USA's Gabrielle Thomas, then the UK's Daryl Nita. The athletes celebrate and smile together afterwards. The 4 members of the Team GB relay team step up onto the podium to receive their medals, all wearing COVID face masks. A woman also wearing a face mask holds a tray out to them, and they each take their own medal, putting it on themselves. The woman with the tray walks away. Lancico and Asha Phillip put the medals on each other, then embrace. A suited man approaches with flowers. Then the 4 athletes stand on the podium wearing their medals and holding the flowers. The exit icon's actioned. In the courtyard, the avatar backs away from Lancico's statue and walks over to Kimberly Woods' statue. The Make an Offering icon's actioned.
Here's Kimberly Woods in the training gym. She was a finalist for Team GB in the canoe slalom at Tokyo 2020. She's so strong. But what I love most about Kimberly is how she's showed strength by opening up about her struggles with mental health. Her story has allowed countless other athletes to come forward and talk about how important mental health is to us. It's really not all about weights and reps. It's about the mind And being honest about what's going on with us mentally is super important if we want to become true champions.
Video footage shows Kimberly training in the gym, then it stops. In the sunlit courtyard, the avatar backs away from Kimberly's statue and walks over to the statue of Tom Daley. The Make an Offering icons actioned and footage plays of Tom and Matty Lee winning gold.
Having made his Olympic debut aged 14, Tom Daley had to wait till his 4th Games in Tokyo to get his hands on a gold medal. Tom is the first Team GB diver to win 4 Olympic medals, having won gold in Tokyo 2020 in the 10-metre synchro with Matty Lee, and his 3rd bronze medal in the 10-metre platform. Tom is incredibly proud of being LGBTQ+, and uses his platform to empower queer youth and spread joy through his knitting.
Slow motion replay of the winning dive shows Tom and Matty dive off the high platform, forward 4.5 somersault, then straighten out and cleanly enter the water in almost perfect unison. They celebrate after the result announcement. Tom jumps into Matty's arms and wraps his legs around him. Matty lifts him up, then puts him down, still hugging each other. Tom and Matty step onto the podium for their gold medals. They put the medals on each other, then stand with their arms around each other and hold the medals up, smiling behind their Team GB COVID face masks. They hug tightly, then stand together and hold their medals up again, no longer wearing the masks. The silver and bronze winners stand on podiums either side of them. In the courtyard, the avatar steps away from the statue of Tom and walks back to the central plinth.
They're all incredible, aren't they? But tell me, who most inspired you? I'd love to know.
A box appears. Select an athlete. Click an athlete to select as your favourite. Beneath it are circular pictures of Nicola Adams, Kimberly Woods, Imani Lara Lancico and Tom Daley. Tom Daley's selected. In the courtyard,
It seems you're inspired by Tom's wonderful self-acceptance and his ability to share his light with the world. Do you desire to be more authentically yourself and overcome your fear of judgment from others just like him?
a black box with 4 grey medals pops up in the top left corner with the text "Medals earned 0." The 4 medals also appear on the end of the low plinth.
Tell you what, why don't we go on a little self-discovery together? You look like someone I can trust, and quite frankly, I need some help myself. I've misplaced the 4 medals I achieved in my life that led me to where I am today. Can you help me find them? I know they're around here somewhere. Get ready to venture deeper into my subconscious. I'm putting a lot of faith in sharing my most intimate thoughts and feelings with you, so be mindful of what you find. First, let's go back to the beginning. Enter the door, and let's begin.
A green door with the GB logo's lion head on it. Golden white light shines around the frame of the door and through the logo. A hint reads, "Enter the door." The avatar walks across the courtyard to the door. Blackness, then static on an old-fashioned CRT television in a room. The avatar stands in the shadowy end of the long room with dust sheets over furniture, a red and gold patterned rug, and 3 TVs dotted around. He faces away, towards the far end, where sunlight shines on more furniture and 3 lit floor lamps.
Well, this is where it all began. As you can see, I haven't been here in a while. It's so easy to forget exactly why you started sometimes. Too easy. Life happens. The memories become fuzzy and you can't get a clear signal. Know the feeling? Let's see if we can get a bit of clarity. Try approaching a TV or radio and let's see if we can fix it.
The avatar steps over to a TV on a desk. A tune device icon is actioned.
We found Charlotte Worthington. This is her reacting to becoming the first ever female BMX freestyle Olympic champion.
I mean, it's so special. Today's just, the whole day's kind of felt like a dream because I can't believe it's gone to plan. And if it can inspire someone else to try that, to try put in all their hard work, their emotions, sacrifices into something that they love, it's enlightening. I mean, back in the early days when I got the nickname in high school, Scoots McGee, I kind of didn't care because I just loved what I did. And that's the attitude I took this whole time. I rode scooters a lot, but I really enjoyed it. And you were still at the skate park, and I loved being surrounded by the BMXers and all the extreme sports guys. Oh, when I get home, I'm looking forward to my own bed, some homemade shortbread from my friend's mum. She's a great baker, and I know there's a big tray of shortbread and brownies waiting for me to absolutely smash.
The cursor clicks the exit icon. The avatar backs away, then walks down to the second TV at the other end of the room, where sunlight streams in through a large round window on the wall. The tune device icon's actioned, and the TV starts playing.
How wonderful! Here's some of Team GB's golden moments.
London 2012. We'll see the very best of us.
10,000 athletes from 200 countries will compete at over 30 venues.
Can Helen Glover and Heather Stanning become Team GB's first gold medal?
Glover and Stanning racing to the record book. They punch the air.
Great Britain's first gold medal.
Chris Hoy's team win gold in cycling. The men's equestrian team win gold. Kayaking.
They have beaten the greatest competitors of all time. She is the Olympic keirin champion.
Bradley Wiggins wins gold.
Great Britain delivered. Dreams do come true.
An Olympic shooting event takes place. Then the athletes celebrate. Views of London.
Britain is ready to hail new heroes on the day being dubbed Super Saturday.
The gold medal is Great Britain. Oh, look at the time. It's a new world record.
It has been another successful day for the British team. 3 medals won at the rowing earlier this morning, 2 golds and a silver. More to come at the velodrome very soon.
They are on fire.
What a brilliant piece of sculling. They were marvellous.
80,000 ticket holders will be inside the stadium to see Jessica Ennis.
Oh my goodness! Jessica Ennis is the Olympic champion.
Greg Rutherford wins the long jump.
This is a super duper Saturday.
It's gold! What a night! The greatest night in the history of British athletics.
Andy Murray in tennis.
It's a golden triumph for Andy Murray.
Victory in the velodrome.
Alistair Brownlee is the Olympic triathlon champion.
You little beauty, the teenage kicking superstar from North Wales.
Sailing, then boxing.
Nicola Adams has just made history.
Canoeing, then the equestrian.
Charlotte Dujardin has iced the cake in style.
Luke Campbell in the boxing ring.
A performance out of the very top drawer.
Luke kisses his gold medal. The velodrome.
Great toy! He becomes the greatest achiever ever.
Chris cries as he wears his medal. More cycling.
Gold medal is going to go to Laura Trott.
Anthony Joshua wins. Mo Farah.
2 gold medals for Great Britain. Beautiful!
We lit the flame and we lit up the world.
Fireworks go off at the closing ceremony. Then the TV displays the Lion's Head Team GB logo with the colourful Olympic rings beneath it against a white background. The avatar walks over to a third TV screen on the floor at the side of the room. The tune device icon's activated.
Oh yes, wow, this one's from a while ago. This is Derek Redmond. I won't say any more. I'll let you watch it for yourself.
The TV shows athlete Derek Redmond kneeling on a running track with his head in his hand, then running and limping around the track in pain. His dad, Jim Redmond, in a white t-shirt and white cap, helps him around the track. As they walk, Derek puts his head in his hand again. The footage reverts to the start of the race. Text reads, "At Barcelona 1992, Derek Redmond's father showed what fatherhood is all about." Derek warms up in lane 5. Then the race starts. Derek sprints in slow motion, then suddenly puts a hand to the back of his thigh and limps to a stop. Text reads, "Derek Redmond was competing in the men's 400-metre semi-finals but tore his hamstring with 250 metres to go. The other runners go past him." Text reads, "He fell to the ground in pain but wanted to finish the race. Derek sets off again, hopping down the track and holding the back of his leg. He passes an official, then he's on his own." Derek's father runs up behind him, puts an arm around his shoulder and takes his hand. Derek glances at him and they run together. Text reads, "As he was hobbling to the finish line, Jim Redmond ran on to help his son." Still photographs show the pain on Derek's face, then footage plays of Jim helping him around the track. Derek puts an arm around his dad's shoulders and leans on him, then they walk together, Derek still in pain. Text reads, "As they crossed the finish line, the crowd of 65,000 spectators rose to give Derek a standing ovation. Jim and Derek completed the lap of the track together, with Derek leaning on his father's shoulder for support. A cameraman walks alongside them, filming. Jim pats Derek on the chest and they clasp hands. Text reads, "To this day, this remains one of the most iconic and defining moments in Olympic history." The clip ends and the cursor clicks exit. The avatar walks back through the room towards a floating medal graphic.
You found my hopes and dreams medal. I should have known it would be in here. I remember now. I remember how excited and emotional I was when I first witnessed each of these extraordinary athletes perform their passion. Have you felt something similar? You know, that euphoric sense of possibility. You know there will be challenges, of course, and you know you'll have to work hard, but that glimmer of gold in your future propels you on. You are excited, apprehensive and driven, and you want to get going. So come on, I know exactly where to go next.
The avatar walks towards the green door with glowing light around the frame and shining out of the lion's head logo and a next sign above it. Blackness. Then a graphic of a straight 3-lane running track in the sky with cheering spectators in the stands either side. The avatar stands at one end with a gold medal at the other.
Athletes frequently push their bodies beyond their capabilities to achieve the extraordinary. But that can come with many injuries and setbacks. Setbacks in life are inevitable, but how we react to them and bounce back from them is something we can control. I can think of many times off the track where I've pushed myself, studying for exams, doing an extracurricular course to learn a new skill, or investing time in home cooking, nourishing meals, instead of relying on takeaways. Being able to set goals and challenges for ourselves is incredibly important, but so is having an awareness of our well-being and taking rest when necessary. Remember, being productive is like exhaling, and resting is like inhaling. You can't do one or the other forever. You need an equal balance of both. Step up to the mark, and let's put that all into practice.
The avatar walks towards the starting line and stands in the middle lane. A black box appears with white text. The race starts in... A clock counts down from 7 seconds. Beneath it, instructions.
Press left arrow or the A key to move left, and right arrow or the D key to move right.
The avatar runs in the middle lane through a floating graphic.
Listen to Fraser Clark.
That bronze medal means everything to me now. I've worked so hard for that. Gold's the colour we all want. But, you know, if I can walk away like I can, knowing that I give my all and I give my best, my chin's going to be held up high.
An icon appears, take a break, and the avatar stops running with a floating graphic up ahead. Leaves fly past him and the crowd keep cheering. He runs on, then swaps into the right-hand lane and runs through the next floating graphic.
This is Nakoda Smythe-Davis.
I don't know if I physically could have done it, but I know mentally I couldn't have. I then chose myself. I then chose just being here and being happy. And Olympics is amazing, and I wanted to go again, and I wanted to go and get a medal, but it wasn't worth risking my life. And in the end, I chose health. I chose just getting better.
My champion, Kim Woods.
The avatar stops again.
My coach has a good saying where you never paddle the same river twice. You learn over time and experience to deal with things that are so out of your control. Keep control of what you can control and a lot of trust and belief in that.
The crowd keep cheering as the avatar runs towards and through the red tape and glowing gold medal at the end of the track. The medal box appears top left, medals earned 2.
Well done on getting to my dedication medal. It just goes to show that being dedicated to your goals shouldn't quantify ignoring your well-being. Having awareness of your mental health and taking caring action towards yourself before you reach a crisis point is always the right approach. The journey isn't over yet, though. We still have 2 more medals to find.
The avatar approaches a green door on a ramped podium with "Next" above it. He stands in a Japanese-themed room with light coming through the white paper walls, reddish-brown wooden beams with red lanterns hanging from them, and illuminated white lanterns on the floor. A small sunken pool sits in the corner of the room.
How are you feeling? It's good to check in with yourself, especially once the training is complete and the race is run. Just promise not to be ashamed of what you may find. Every emotion is valid, and chances are you won't be the only one to have experienced them. Follow the sounds of the wind chime and lend a listening ear to whoever needs it.
The avatar walks forward towards a floating wind chime graphic outlined in gold. A collect icons actioned.
Here's Lutalo Mohammed's thoughts.
I just remember it was such a powerless feeling, knowing that it was over. It was completely over, and there was nothing I could do, and that was it. And as simple as that sounds, it was a very, very tough pill to swallow, and it was just such a lonely feeling. Even though I was in a stadium, 10,000 people packed. This was the premier event of Taekwondo, you know, that at the time, and so it was a packed stadium, tens of thousands of people, and I just felt like I was by myself. A very, very cold and lonely feeling.
The avatar steps up to another graphic wind chime in the corner, sectioned off by a paper screen.
You've slipped into Helen Richardson Walsh's mind here.
I'm thinking that's it. I'm thinking that's the end of my career. I'm never going to get back, and this is how it's going to end. And so that was a real struggle. And so I kind of just went into this downward spiral. And I would catastrophize everything. So, you know, physically, stuff with my back, you know, the tiniest little pain I would get would turn into another disc has gone and I'm going to need another surgery.
The avatar walks across the room and through an open glass door into a wooden steam room with graphic wind chimes hanging in it.
You're tapping into the mind of Niall Wilson.
We've all had the holiday blues. But imagine this specific holiday you've dedicated your whole life towards. And you go, and it's just as good, if not better, than you ever dreamed. How can you imagine life after that? And I remember quite an emotional moment for me, where I was sat in the kitchen at home a couple of days after the games. And I'm a bit like, what now? You know, life goes on, there's still the same channels on the TV, Dad's still gone to work early. And I remember my mum calling over to me, she said, "Niall, please will you help me empty the dishwasher?" And I just lost it. It broke down. Tears. I cried, and I cried, and I cried. Empty the dishwasher. 3 days earlier, I was David Beckham. Now you want me to put some cutlery back in the drawer?
That was a difficult medal to achieve. But listening to others and opening up about your own feelings can be like working out a muscle knot. Often painful, but ultimately essential, and can offer a sense of relief and freedom. Well, just one more medal to go now. I have an idea of where it could be. Follow me through the door.
The avatar collects a floating graphic medal on his way to the glowing door with "Next" above it. The medal box shows medals earned 3. He stands outside in a narrow street with shafts of sunlight causing complex shadows from the buildings either side. Fire escape steps hang off the buildings on the left, and a red phone box stands on the pavement. The buildings on the right have bay windows and a wall-mounted phone.
Being honest with yourself about how you feel can be hard. Asking for help can be even harder. But being vulnerable can unfold a web of support that you didn't even know was there. It's essential to support one another. Sometimes I lean on you, sometimes you lean on me. Answer the phones in the corridor to get the chain going.
The wall-mounted phone's outlined by an illuminated line, and the avatar walks up to it. The answer phone icon's actioned.
Connecting to Jack Law.
Lean on your friends and family, because they will always love you and support you, and for me, they were a massive part in helping me get over quite a dark time.
A different phone box lights up across the street and the avatar walks over to it. The answer phone icon appears and is actioned.
Connecting to Samantha Murray.
If I could go back in time, I would grab me and I would go, "Hey, Sam, like, where's your support network? Remember you kept in touch with friends way better 4 years ago."
The avatar walks up to an old-fashioned dial phone, outlined in white light. He stands in front of it and the answer phone icon's actioned.
Connecting to Max Whitlock.
Before I started warming up for my pommel horse final, I was talking to Leah and talking to my whole family on FaceTime. Leah just said to me, "Remember, it's gymnastics." I think she could see how nervous I was. I could hardly even make a conversation with them. And I think, you know, that puts it all into perspective. And actually knowing that if the competition goes good, amazing. But if it goes bad, I'm still looking forward to getting home, seeing Willow, seeing my whole family.
The avatar approaches another phone across the street. He stands in front of it and the answer phone icon's actioned.
Connecting to Ben Whitaker.
I've got the whole of Great Britain watching me and I didn't deliver, but I went back and my dad and mum reassured me we're so proud of you and we can't wait for you to come home with your medal.
He turns and walks over to an even older phone with the earpiece hanging off the microphone stand. He stands in front of it and the answer phone icon's actioned.
Connecting to Imani Lara Lansico.
I think being genuine is the most important thing, and sometimes that isn't the pretty, heroic superhero stuff you see. If you're having a bad day, sometimes it looks like telling your teammate, "I'm having a bad day."
The avatar walks over to a phone box on the other side of the street. He stands in front of it and the answer phone icon's actioned.
Connecting to Sky Brown.
It doesn't matter what sport you're doing, just get out there, believe in yourself, and take baby steps.
The avatar walks towards an illuminated door at the end of the street with "Next" above it. He passes through a graphic medal and stops facing the door. The medal box shows medals earned 4.
See what I mean? Sometimes I lean on you, sometimes you lean on me. That's the most important thing we can do for one another. Well, you found all my medals. Thank you for taking care as you travelled through my mind. You have been gracious, understanding, and accepting of what you found, even if it wasn't pretty sometimes. I know just the place to round off our journey. You know the drill. Head towards the door.
The avatar walks through the door and stands in the ancient Greek-styled passageway looking out onto the sunlit courtyard.
Right back where we started. Follow the arrow to return the medals.
The hint box reads, "Move forward towards the plinth." The avatar walks into the sunlit courtyard where flaming torches on stands have been lit. He stops at the plinth, and the 4 white outlined medals on the end of it are replaced by grey medals with red ribbons. The avatar stands on the plinth and turns to stone. Then he's on the ground, standing in front of his own statue.
Life asks a lot of us. It asks us to set challenges and goals for ourselves. What it doesn't often do is let us know that as admirable as success is, falling short is also okay. All that really matters is that we are safe and cared for, that we are able to deal with the challenges life throws at us. To do this, day to day, week in and week out, to recognise our own need for help, and to see the opportunities to help others. That's what makes a true champion. You have become one to me, and so you have taken your rightful place amongst my many inspirations. Go over to the door one last time, and let's meet one more inspiring champion.
The avatar walks across the courtyard to the illuminated green door and stands on a metal mesh floor in an enclosed arena with 5 spotlights shining down on a man standing in front of him. Mobile phone lights shine out from the audience seats behind him.
Well done for making it through my Mindscape. You've done great. Now it's probably time you heard from a real-life Olympian. Over there is Niall Wilson. Niall became Team GB's first gymnast to ever win a medal on the horizontal bar when he secured bronze at Rio 2016. But he's also an inspiring mental health advocate. Ask him questions and listen to his answers.
A text box appears in the top right corner. Choose a question to ask. Click or press 1, 2 or 3 to answer the questions on the keyboard. Once all questions have been asked, press Enter to restart. Number 1. If you could say anything to your younger self, what would you say? Number 2. Who helped you most on your path to becoming an Olympian? Number 3. Are there any downsides to being an Olympic athlete? The second box is selected and turns blue. Who helped you the most on your path to becoming an Olympian?
Also, I had an unbelievably supportive family. We were really social. I remember one Christmas we were partying. We're at the army barracks. My granddad was a captain. And as a kid, I was running around causing havoc, backflipping all over the place. And my granddad's come to tell me off. I said, "Granddad, I'm showing off." So him really confused goes and speaks to my dad. And my dad replied, "Yeah, I always told Niall and Joanna to show off." You know, it's from that previous generations where they say kids should be seen, not heard. You've heard it before. Stop showing off, pack it in. So I'm fortunate enough to have parents that encourage me and my sister to be confident and show off. So I'm obsessive, I'm a competitor, I'm a risk taker, and I'm a show off. Now all 4 of those things, spelling it out right now, I didn't know at the time, but are probably a perfect concoction to create a champion, but also maybe create an addict.
The question box appears and the second question turns blue. What's an Olympic high point for you?
Fast forward again, I'm now 18 years old. I made history at the Junior European Championships, winning 5 gold medals. I shocked the world at the Commonwealth Games, burst onto the scene, made history and made a world final at such a young age. History medals, everything was fantastic.
The question box appears and the first question turns blue. If you could say anything to your younger self, what would you say?
If 18-year-old Niall came in today, what would I say to him? What advice would I give to him? I'd probably say, "Niall, strap yourself in, mate. You're in for a ride. Grab every opportunity with both hands. Commit to things. Work harder than everybody else, but always remember where you came from. And even when you think it, you will never, ever be defined by your gymnastic success, by medals,
by money or by how popular you are. You will only ever be defined by the person you are and how you treat people. 3 things: embrace who you are, know your strengths and weaknesses, but know that they can be the same thing. Define yourself by the person you are and how you treat people, and surround yourself with people that love you for being you, not what you do.
A message flashes up. Nice, you've completed Team GB's Mindscape. Text in a click box beneath it reads, visit the Team GB website.
What a hero. You finished the experience. Hopefully you feel ready to be a true champion. Feel free to stick around and ask Niall more questions. Otherwise, you can make your way to the door, take all you've learned, and go back into the world. Don't forget to visit the Team GB website to sign up and hear more from Team GB.
The cursor clicks the exit icon. The avatar turns and walks across the metal mesh floor to a green door in a black wall. A sign above the door reads, Welcome Space.